me and Flea. This is Flea. We'll be showing you guys some of our favorite things to do before a cross-country school. So, today is Friday. Our cross-country school is on Sunday. We have some makeshift cross-country jumps. Whoa. Whoa. So that's okay. She just got a little excited. And then we also do some conditioning out here. And as you can see, the hills. There's a large hill that you guys will see a little later. And there are just these small raises and downs. So right here is some footing that isn't great. I just had her walk through it. She was, while we were running up, just a little reluctant to do that, which is totally fine. As I said, I think in my last video, I do like it when they watch out for stuff like that generally the rider can't always see. Just harder jumps with that are going down the hill. And then you have a jump right after this huge steep hill. And I think that we've really struggled with those in the past. But this training has really, really helped us. So when we go up a hill, we always want to get off their back like this. And then we can sit back down here. And then as we turn, we want to use our outside leg to really steer them. And then I like to do this with Lois Rain because it helps her figure it out herself. Because footing is pretty much her job. I like to help her out with it, but I'm not going to sit there staring down at the ground, making sure that every single step that she takes is good. That's something that I want her to kind of figure out, and I want eventually her to, kind of do this on her own. So we have done that for quite a while now. So now we're up to cantering down hills, which is a fear I used to have. I used to not do anything more than maybe a very slow trot down hills. So that's something we've really worked on with Flea. On the upwards, which this is the up, I do like to kind of stand up in my stirrups and really practice that gallop position that you would use on course. So here we go. And then as we get to the top of the hill, I kind of ask her to sit up, kind of carry my hands a little higher, and down we go. I really like this to be a little slower, and as you can see, she kind of corrected herself. Now we're going to go to a little bit of a bigger hill, which she tends to get a little bit more excited, which is fine. As long as she knows when we get up here that it's game time and no room for playing around. So there I really didn't sit her up super well. So she kind of barreled down that hill a little bit. And as I mentioned a little bit earlier, she's done this a bazillion times. Be a little bit more firm with my sit-up command or suggestion. And there she sat up, and then she kind of used her neck to balance, which I don't mind. And there you go. She doesn't have changes to that side, so we have to really get good at our simple changes. But this is really strengthening and conditioning, plus a little bit of that on-course work that we can do for people that don't have access to the cross-country. So here we're sitting like this little. Really sit back my body and let my hips swing instead of getting tight in my body and kind of disrupting her flow. Good girl. So we don't want to disrupt the horse's flow because the flow is their job. So we're going to kind of let her go here and let her pick her own pace. And when I first started this, she would wreck up this hill and start biking at the top. But now we've kind of learned that this is not really playtime. So I did a big half out there because I felt like she was really just dragging me. We want to be confident for our horses. Yeah, very good. So they can be confident for us when it all comes to fail. We want to teach them so well that they can teach us or teach someone else. So on course, I'm always a little bit nervous. I'm not the most confident rider. So here we can ask her to whoa. And she rose immediately. It's a very good girl. That was quite good. Good job. And that's something she found now very easy because she's done so much of that. I try to do it about once a week or in the days where she wasn't feeling as good. Maybe once every 2 weeks about. Move on to our next exercise. But there's a tree branch right over here that I pulled out of the woods. And it is very, very small. It's maybe 18 inches. And obviously we're not set up for jumping today. We're jumping solid fences, but she's very scared of it. It's a very hard turn. I don't know if you can see it, but you will be able to see that this is not an easy turn, which happens sometimes on course. So, 1, 2, 3. And there you can see that was so much better. She pretty much caught me back a little bit, which is totally fine. So we're going to sit her up here. Good girl. Good girl. Then we're going to kind of let her get a little flat and strung out because, yeah, she's going to get a little rude, but that's okay. A little flat and strung out because as long as she can sit up like this, we're actually going to get her down this hill. Sit up. Kind of push my feet forward a little bit. I'm really working on my feet actually. They tend to kind of go out a little bit, which really hurts my ankles and is not good for me. So here we're going to kind of keep this is what I call a neutral canter. And we're just going to kind of take this. And we can even trot because that is a very hard turn. Okay, we'll try again. That's great. It's a very hard turn. I should have put it somewhere else, but I didn't. So we'll take it around here. And she doesn't know what we're doing. So if I were to do this activity 120 times, it would not be very beneficial anymore. But because, good girl, because we've only done it a couple times. So you jumped this the first time, maybe Tuesday, and it's Friday, so I didn't jump it when I jumped the other day. Okay, and there, that was kind of my bad, but a little bit of, hey, let's focus on what we're doing instead of focus on what happens after the jump. So, even though I want to focus on what happens after the jump, her job, my job's to get her there, her job is not to flip it out at it, and big girl. She's not really found her groove cross country yet, which is okay. She's never done it before. And she moved up quite quickly. So I'm very happy with that. She moved up quickly, so it's okay that in like starter and beginner novice, you're not rushing out of the start box. You don't really need that huge, powerful canter that you do when you are doing stuff like this. That is like novice. You don't want to jump that stuff from the standstill, even though you can. You probably shouldn't. That's okay. We are going to ask for the Tron, but there she's being a little rude. Whoa. Good girl. Just kind of pulling at my hands a little, and I really, really, really don't like that. So, biggest thing with her is that she wants to please, like, really bad. So, she happens to, like, there I'm not asking her to trot, I'm just asking her to walk. So, walk on. Good girl. And trot. Girl. And that's a beautiful trot there. Very good for cross country. And let's ask her to kind of come down a bit. Good girl. And now we're kind of running a little. That's okay. So there, my entire outside leg's off. So I'm kind of pushing her to this corner here. So now we're going to go. Here. Now canter. Canter. So there, we had a little stumble. That's totally fine. It's quite a hard exercise. And we just kind of want to keep her on her toes. So when we're going out cross country and, maybe I make a mistake and I say, we have a second to our next jump. But there's actually a jump very soon, so I let her kind of go a little bit, and I'll show you that in just a second. And then I'm like, or there's fall on course or anything like that. We want to be able to stop. That's it for today. She's so good, and she definitely, hopefully, going to do amazing at her clinic. It's Pony Club Clinic, so I'm super excited. We're in the novice group, but there's only one other, I'm the only person in novice, so we're going to go with the beginner novice group. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.